If you think trains will stop if they see a car on the tracks, you're right. They will about a mile after they hit.
Stop track tragedies. A highway railroad crossing incident occurs every 3 hours in the United States. It results in 2,100 injuries each year. National Rail Safety Week is campaigned through Operation Lifesaver to prevent these incidents through public awareness and education. These resources help motorists make sound decisions when crossing highway and rail crossing areas. As an operator of a motor vehicle, it is critical that you take the necessary precautions to prevent an incident at a railroad crossing. In the upcoming video, we will discuss the steps taken by the drivers to prevent any of these incidents occurring. Staying alert for advanced warning signs is the first step. Advanced warning signs for rail crossings are installed at least 100 feet ahead of all rail crossing areas. These warning signs utilize a standard design as seen here. This is your notice as a motor vehicle operator to be alert for the oncoming rail crossings. As a driver approaches a crossing, the driver turns down the radio, asks all passengers to be quiet, and opens their windows for listening for a train horn or train crossing warning bells. Locomotive engineers are required to sound the horn at least 15 seconds in advance of rail crossing area. The driver also turns on their four-way hazards to communicate to other drivers. Once the driver reaches a rail crossing, they come to a complete stop at least 10 feet from the tracks or before the rail crossing gate. The driver again listens for any oncoming trains and conduct a visual check to the right and left. With the tracks clear, the driver proceeds through, allowing the whole vehicle to cross before making any stops or turns. Due to the various factors, there are over 2,100 motorists each year on the road that do not take these steps to prevent an accident. Drivers that fail to stop and yield at rail crossings are at risk to end up like this semi-driver seen here.
Evacuations outside Pittsburgh tonight after a train slammed into a tractor trailer carrying dangerous hydrochloric acid. Spilling thousands of gallons of that acid, a toxic cloud could be seen above the scene, triggering emergency evacuations. And here's ABC's David Curley tonight.
That tanker truck wrapped around a train is leaking, a cloud of smoke and acid. First responders donning gas masks.
Train accident into a tanker truck. It has ruptured. It's tanking some kind of hauling acid.
It was more than 4,000 gallons of dangerous hydrochloric acid in the truck.
That smell started to come into the air. Where I was, it was just a little bit more of an irritant. It smelled like battery acid.
The driver of the truck sustained serious injuries when the freight train slammed into it at a crossing. 2 members of the rail crew suffered respiratory irritation. And even though Centerville, Pennsylvania is rural, 15 homes needed to be evacuated.
They were sheltered in place initially, but more for peace of mind. We took them out of their homes.
Rail officials say the truck pulled in front of the CSX freight train late morning at this crossing, which is marked with signs but no crossing gates. There were more than 2,000 accidents at crossings last year, more than 100 involving trucks. In this case, officials say a small amount of the acid remains in that truck. Officials say it will take some time to empty that truck and clean up the scene. As for those who evacuated, no word on when they may get back in their homes. David
Curley with us tonight. David, thank you.
It is unfortunate that an incident like this and approximately 2,100 other ones occur each year. These incidents are preventable by taking necessary precautions when operating around railroad crossings. As an operator, you have the ability to stop train tragedies by staying alert for advanced warning signs, listening for oncoming trains, making complete stops at crossings.